something totally different, we'd like to ask you to stand up, and we've got our opening song right up here, and it's a wild one.
Better tell me a name.
We are opening up in Sweet Surrender.
We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. We are opening, we are opening, we are opening, we are opening. We are rising up like a phoenix from the fire. Brothers and sisters, spread your wings and fly higher. We are rising up like a phoenix from the fire. Brothers and sisters, spread your wings and fly higher. We are rising up. We are rising up. We are rising up. We are rising up. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. We are opening, we are opening, we are opening, we are opening. We are rising up like a phoenix from the fire. Brothers and sisters, spread your wings and fly higher. We are rising up like a phoenix from the fire. Brothers and sisters, spread your wings and fly higher. We are rising up. We are rising up. We are rising up. We are rising up. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you. It's fabulous as usual. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm a shorty. All righty. So, good morning and welcome to CSL Rogue Valley in partnership with Unity. Reverend Kimberly has laryngitis and is conserving her voice. So, it's my honor to be presiding this morning. We are an Thank you. Thank you, everybody. We are an inclusive, spiritually progressive faith community, and we welcome each of you, no matter where you may happen to be on your personal spiritual journey. If you're here for the first time, a very special welcome. Would you raise your hand so that we can give you a special little bunch of love? Come on, come on. Yay! And I know that you received a welcome packet because Corey brought it to you. But these? Okay. So, our musicians this morning are the wonderful Anton Nizarak and Laura Berryhill. Thank you. You guys are awesome. They're so great. Their music is great music ministry. Kathy Green did our meditation and will be holding high watch. Somewhere around there. There she is. Morel Wyeth, me, will be doing our invocation and reading. But luckily, Reverend Kimberly will be doing the talk. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. We want all the mothers in the room. And I know there's a bunch. That includes anyone of any gender who gave you that nurturing care and attention. Would all the mothers please stand up? We know you're standing. We can see it. Now, thank you. Awesome. Don't sit down. Don't sit down. If you're a grandmother, you can remain standing. Yay! Any great grandmothers? Oh! Woohoo! Good job. Very good job. Okay, now it's time to turn off your cell phones or put them in airplane mode so that, if you haven't already done so. We'll now prepare for our invocation by going within as we listen to this next song. Please hold your applause afterward so that we can go directly into prayer.
And honestly, I think I have the words up there. There will be words up there, and if you'd like to quietly sing along to help your meditation, that's fine with us.
Divine Mother, my divine mother,
Divine Mother, my divine mother,
Divine Mother, my divine mother,
Divine Mother, my divine mother.
engrossed is the bee of my mind, on the blue lotus feet of my divine mother. Engrossed is the bee of my mind, on the blue lotus feet
Of my divine mother.
Divine Mother, my divine mother, Divine Mother, my divine mother, Divine Mother, my divine mother, Divine Mother, my divine mother. Engrossed is the bee of my mind, on the blue lotus feet of my divine mother. Engrossed is the bee of my mind, on the blue lotus feet of my divine mother. Divine Mother, my divine mother, 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 Divine Mother, my divine mother.
Dear Lord God, Spirit, consciousness, peace, bliss. Your name is I Am, smaller than the smallest and bigger than the biggest. You encompass the universe. It is your body. You, it, I dwell everywhere at every time. I am made from you, for you, and you live, as Ramana Maharshi says, in the cave of my heart, in the silent place within. Closer than the closest, farther than the farthest. Exactly as you dwell in every fabulous being here. We're so grateful to everyone here who gives freely of themselves to help create this marvelous place of joy and belonging. Thank you to Michael, who spent years bringing food to feed us, and the people who now bring food, including Michael, who still brings food. The people who make this place beautiful and organized. Everyone who helps with shepherding the members, who support this dwelling, the video crew, the ecclesiastical crew, the board, Reverend Kimberly, whose loving services always teach us in so many ways. We all get, in our own way, in our own personal selves, what she is laying down. I want to thank all the mothers, teachers, fathers, relatives, guides, who have helped shape us into the men and women we are right now. What a miraculous world we live in. I bless us all in our full-hearted efforts to make something wonderful, safe, and loving in this sometimes troubling but always amazing world. These words I now release into the law of I am, knowing that they are heard and done. And we say together, and so it is. Now, our reading for today. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. This microphone thing, I'm not used to it yet, is from the Unity Daily Word, May, June 2026, and it is today's reading. I bless and give thanks for the mothers in my life. Today, I celebrate and honor the world's mothers. First, of course, is the mother who nurtured and guided me to be the person I am through her love and example. I also bless those who have shown me a mother's love throughout my life. These special ones may be grandmothers, aunts, or other family members. Perhaps a neighbor or a teacher took me under their wing, offering me support and encouragement. I have deep appreciation for them all. On Mother's Day, I bless the mothers and mother figures in my life with thoughts of gratitude and love. I hold these dear ones gently in prayer, affirming they know the tender, nurturing love of God as they have so selflessly shared it with me, not selfishly. Her ways are ways of pleasantness, all her paths are peace. Proverbs 3:17. Oh, good. Thank you. I think I'm done.
Okay.
You are. Get down.
Well, we're ready to invite you to sing along with us for this next song. There will be words on the screen. It's a beautiful little chant honoring both the mother and the father, the nurturing energies of each within us.
love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. I am one with the heart of the Mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. Ave Maria, Kyrie eleison. Ave Maria, Kyrie eleison. Ave Maria, Kyrie
That was beautiful. Good morning, everybody. Well, you know what? I am feeling such gratitude this morning. Oh, my. First of all, look at how colorful this place is. Yesterday, DeLacy Patterson and Terry and their Gourmets for God team decorated. Well, they always decorate, but they had this Mother's Tea. Wasn't able to go. I slept most of the day yesterday and tried to rest my voice. But it's so beautiful. Thank you all, and thank you for organizing our Gourmet for God thing. It's just going to be such fun. It has been such fun. And I came this morning just not feeling very well, and I got so loved up. And isn't that why we come to spiritual community? I mean, I really feel good right now, which I can't believe, to be able to just be where we are, whether that's in a good place or not such a good place. In my case, it was not such a good place. And just receive the love is just so sweet. And as you probably know, Vivian and I just got back from Spain. And so I wanted to say, on behalf of Vivian, a huge thank you to all of you last summer. Thank you. Thank you, Laura. Last summer, when Vivian had her retirement party, retiring from our position as our admin, I invited people to give funds to help her take a trip to Spain to visit her two best friends in the world. And that happened this last 2 weeks. And so we've got some pictures. I'm going to take this out so I can see them. The first picture is a picture of Vivian and Deborah and Dee in front of the Sagrada Familia Basilica designed by architect Gaudi, which was unbelievable. Anybody ever been there in Barcelona? Oh my gosh. I will talk more about that next week. It was an experience, just phenomenal. But if you look at these two friends, I guess, Viv, you'd say they're your best friends in the world. I mean, she calls them the Three Musketeers because they all went through practitioner training together, which is 4 years of intense spiritual work at Namaste Center for Spiritual Living, which was my sister's thing. So Vivian wanted to thank you all for having this experience in Spain, which was amazing. Yeah, really. I think she feels that, you know. We were, yeah. Yeah. We were in Madrid and Bilbao, which is where her friends live in the Basque country in the northern Spain, and then we were in Barcelona. So her thanks is for both the experience of Spain and to be with her friends. It was really something. Yes. They can't be jumbled, so the next one needs to be me with my two friends. It's a 3-shot. There you go. There you go. So not only did she get to visit friends, and I went to accompany her, but as it turns out, these two wonderful beings I knew 12 years ago when I lived in Huntington Beach. I had an Airbnb. My roommate moved out. I had a luxury apartment. It was big and wonderful, and I couldn't afford it by myself, so I turned it into an Airbnb. And Juan and Lithia were my two guests, first guests. They stayed with me for 3 months. They are Spanish. They come from Basque country. She had just finished her senior year at UC Riverside, and Juan was her boyfriend at the time. So I went and visited them. They live in, the Basque word is Donostia, which you probably know as San Sebastian, which is the 3rd largest city in the Basque country. Beautiful, by the way, gorgeous. And we had the greatest time together. You know those friendships that just pick up where they left off? They are now married, have one son, which hopefully will come up in the next slide, named Sebastian. He is 3 years old now, and yeah, notice the red hair, 3 years old, and he lives up to the, you know, the myth about redheads. He was a pistol. I think they were a little embarrassed, but of course I've been a mom of a boy, and I know what it's like to have a 3-year-old boy. So it was just delightful. They were wonderful tour guides, and I think that maybe all the pictures I have of them. So that was just something else. The next picture was taken in Avila. So many of you, I think, have heard of Saint Teresa of Avila, who is a Catholic mystic, was born in 1515. This is her basilica, and the statue of her and me having a little conversation with her out front. You know, it's funny that that came up, Corey, because there's another slide of a castle-like fortress. Maybe you can bring that up. Yeah. This is the town of Avila. So between the 11th and 14th centuries, this medieval fortress was built around the walls of the city as protection. And St. Teresa was born there. She was born in the basilica that you just saw. We have another slide of the room where she was born, which is interesting. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about her because the topic for today that was suggested for Centers for Spiritual Living Worldwide was divine doubt. And I wasn't quite sure what to do with that at first, divine doubt. But the life of St. Teresa really, really is a wonderful illustration of the power of what we can do with divine doubt. There is one more picture I wanted you to show. Well, actually, there's a couple. This is actually, supposedly, the ring finger of her right hand, preserved. You know how the Catholics do that? I know. And I have divine doubt about this because look at the length of that finger. Does that look like a ring finger? But anyway, and there are parts of her body supposedly stored in basilicas and cathedrals all around the world. It's really quite interesting. Now I want to show you a couple shots of inside of this beautiful basilica. It's totally gorgeous. And one more was the painting, one of the paintings that's on the wall. And the painting depicts, you can see, I don't know if it's Jesus or God, you can see the stream of light, and there's actually words in the stream of light. So the painting represents how she heard the voice of God. She truly, truly did. So this was really something for me. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about St. Teresa, how she might talk about a divine mother. She was something else. So, yeah, I think, Corey, you can probably shut the slides down now. Thank you so much for getting those up. In the right order, by the way. So this is a woman, you know, we taught a class here for a while called Practical Mysticism. Anybody in here take that class? Yeah, Practical Mysticism, in which we study mystics from various traditions. And it's interesting, the word practical mysticism, because mysticism we tend to think of as, you know, monks and nuns hibernating, convents, you know, but really, I think Teresa's life can show us that there are practical ways we can be like the mystics and really search for that real connection, that felt connection with our divine source. So Saint Teresa was born to a wealthy family. She was a pistol. She didn't have red hair, I don't think, but she was a pistol. At age 7, she and her brother ran away and tried to join the army fighting the Moors to fight for their religion. They got outside the walls of the city, which you just saw a little while ago, and an uncle found them and returned them home. When Teresa was 15, she took a lover, and Daddy put her into a convent as a result. She was, throughout her life, somebody who fought for women's rights. Now, this was during the Spanish Inquisition. Women, at one point, were prohibited from reading. And she went ahead and forged as a powerful female leader. She started 17 convents, 2 monasteries, and really fought for women's right to be powerful influences in her religion. She had doubts, a lot of them. She felt like she was unworthy. She wasn't sure she could find a relationship with God, but she persisted in a quiet prayer life, both praying and meditating, and eventually, well, actually, she had a lot of challenges too in her 20s, a very serious illness. They thought she was dead. They were preparing her body for burial when they realized she was still breathing. And she took quite a while to recover from that. She was paralyzed for a while. Eventually, in her 40s and 50s, she called herself a lukewarm nun for a while, but eventually she really found a deep, deep connection with her Lord. And she used to levitate. Honest to goodness, she levitated. There is proof of this, and it embarrassed her because people noticed, right? She's levitating. She would tell the other nuns to pull her back down, and she begged God to stop. Eventually, the levitations did stop, but other people, other mystics throughout history have been shown to levitate. So I think Teresa is a wonderful example of how, when we are challenged, and I would venture to guess we're all somewhat challenged right now in this country, in this world today, for various reasons. That, there's a quote, and it's been attributed to several people, Paul Tillich, Anne Lamott, and it goes something like this: the opposite of faith is not doubt. The opposite of faith is certainty. That's important. Certainty. Because when we feel certain and there's no room, we're not open at the top, which is our theme for the whole year, we're not open to learning new things and seeing a new perspective, we don't have a close walk with the divine. We're kind of closed. I was thinking about it this week, and I remembered when I was in high school, I dated a sweet young man. We were the co-leads in the senior class play, and we had a dating relationship for a while, and he was a friend. And he became a born-again Christian when I think it was after high school. And he told me reluctantly that because I hadn't accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, that I was going to hell. Now that's certainty. That's certainty, right? That's certainty that comes from a faith and a teaching. I think many of us have been conditioned by past religions. Teresa didn't believe in one true faith, even though she was a Catholic. She wrote prolifically. She wrote, I think it was 450 letters, 7 books, and a lot of poems, which I'm going to read you some. She just didn't believe. She didn't believe in an angry, punishing God, which really, Catholics, Catholic guilt. Anybody here raised Catholic? Right? You had some of that, I bet, right? So I wanted to read you some excerpts from her poetry. This one really explains how when we are troubled, seeking God, that I guess basically that our doubt can be a doorway into a closer walk with God. Our very doubt, our very travails can be a doorway to a connection if we are honest about it. I mean, in our faith, we do this thing called spiritual mind treatment, affirmative prayer, which is lovely and powerful. But sometimes I think it robs us of the ability to say, God, I don't know what to do here. I am at a loss and I need your help. Which is fine too. It's an honest relationship, right, to have with the divine, just like we would a friend. Teresa was very clear, God should be a friend. I mentioned a couple weeks ago when I was expecting my second child, And the doctors wanted me to have this test that could result in a spontaneous miscarriage, and I didn't know what to do. And I remember I told you, I prayed that night, God, I don't know what to do. And I heard a clear voice, don't worry about it, Kimberly, this child is fine, and he was. So that very times when we are really at our wits' end, when we reach out, God is there. That's when we find God. So I wanted to read you a couple things. This one is called When the Holy Thaws. A woman, when I am most fragile and in need, it was then, it seems, God came closest. God, like a medic on a field, is tending our souls. Our horns get locked with desires, but don't hold yourself too accountable, for all desires are really innocent. That is what the compassion in his eyes tells me. Why this great war between the countries inside of us? What are all these insane borders we protect? What are all these different names for the same church of love we kneel in together? For it is true, together we live, and only at that shrine where all are welcome will God sing loud enough to be heard. Our horns get locked with the earth and sky in some odd marriage ritual. So what? Don't worry. We should be proud of ourselves for everything we helped create in this magic world. And God is always there. If you feel wounded, he kneels over this earth like a divine medic. And his love thaws the holy in us. I just love that. I'll save a few more for a little later. So again, as a young woman, Teresa had her doubts, she had her guilt, she didn't feel worthy to have a relationship with God. But instead of running, what she did is she turned to prayer, and she was religiously devoted to that prayer. So I think the first lesson she teaches us is doubt can be the beginning of honest prayer, an honest relationship with the divine. Doubt becomes divine when we carry it into the presence instead of hiding from it, right? Yeah. Too often people think prayer means pretending certainty, and I think we can be guilty of that sometimes. And it's okay to doubt. It's human to doubt, right? And I think in spiritual community we come together to heal that doubt and to open up to the answers, but it's okay not to know, and it's okay to be unsure. It's okay to have feelings of worthlessness, but you know, the Course in Miracles tells us that God never wanted us to be bound by guilt, that guilt gets in the way of our relationship. And I think Teresa, over the course of her life, learned that her feelings of unworthiness and guilt were not productive. They were not helpful in her being able to be close to her father, her mother, her source. The Psalms are full of doubt, if you read them. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted, wrote David. How long, Lord, will you forget me? Forever, you know? He spoke honestly in a heartfelt way to God. How long will you hide from me? Where have you gone? Remember Jesus even on the cross. My God, why hast thou forsaken me? Yeah. So I want to just remind me and remind us that doubt is not spiritual failure. It's just not. It's sometimes doubt is simply the soul refusing superficial answers and wanting to dive deeper. There's a story about a monk who went to his teacher and said, I keep doubting whether God is really with me. The teacher replied, good. A God small enough to fit inside your certainty would never be large enough to transform your life. Isn't that beautiful? Teresa discovered that doubt stripped away borrowed beliefs that she had taken, and all of us have those borrowed beliefs from the religious training we grew up with, from what our parents told us about God. You know, we all have that conditioning that our ego takes on and thinks we have to be afraid, or we have to control, or we have to pretend. And the doubt removes that secondhand religion and opens the door, as Teresa showed us, to a direct experience of the divine. So the first thing she did was go to prayer. The second thing she did was go to stillness. She got real quiet, what we would call meditation, and her life changed because of that. She wrote, prayer is nothing else than being on terms of friendship with God. And that friendship requires honesty. It requires listening, and it requires presence. The soul grows differently than we think sometimes. It matures in silence. So there's this metaphor that I think helps a lot. Imagine a muddy glass of water. If we shake it constantly, we cannot see through it. But if we set it down and just let it be quiet, the mud settles and clarity begins to appear. Meditation does that for us. Just getting still. Meditation doesn't always answer our questions immediately, right? Sometimes they don't even come when we're getting still. Sometimes they come later on. The same thing with our visioning process. So I have another little excerpt I wanted to read from her poems. I love this one. This is a book called Love Poems from God, and it's a lot of different mystics, but she's included here. This is a cute little one, and it's about the seriousness, of the church. Sin and fire and brimstone kind of teachings is not what she ended up believing in. So this one, she's kind of chastising the priests. If I can turn to the right page here. It's called Not Yet Tickled. How did those priests ever get so serious and preach all that gloom? I don't think God tickled them yet. Beloved, hurry. She did have a sense of humor. She was physically beautiful, apparently, and felt bad because she had some vanity, but physically beautiful, great sense of humor, really a strong personality, but really did a good job in surrendering. She wrote a book called, I think it was called The Interior Castle. And she describes our soul like a crystal palace with 7 mansions within it. And the mansions are the ways we get closer and closer to God. We, in this class that we taught a while back called Practical Mysticism, Carolyn Mace, the modern-day author, wrote another book based on St. Teresa's work. It was called Entering the Castle. And again, that class was real deep. Those of you who took it can remember, because Teresa was deep. She just was. It was fabulous. So let's see, where are we? She got quiet, she did prayer, she got quiet. The third thing was listening. Yeah, it was listening. She did have conversations with God, like Neil Donald Walsh today, huh? So I'm going to read you some more quotes in a minute from the poetry book. But sometimes the holiest prayer we can say is, help me stay open, God. Help me stay open. I don't know, but you do. There is an intelligence within me, a power all around me that knows the way even when I don't. Teresa's life teaches us that doubt doesn't disqualify us from a spiritual life. It can become the fire that purifies shallow faith into real wisdom. So a couple more excerpts here from her book, from her poems, rather. Let me get back to the beginning here. It's interesting how much what she believed resonates with our New Thought teachings, that God is all there is, that God is loving, not judging. This one is called, He Desired Me, So I Came Close. A lot of times Teresa talks about God as if she had a sensual sexual relationship with him. She talks about being ravished and experiencing rapture when she would levitate. She was out of her body. Really, her body would freeze, and she She was really, really, really feeling that connection. This one starts by saying, "He desired me, so I came close." No one can near God unless he has prepared a bed for you. 1,000 souls hear his call every second, but most everyone then looks into their life's mirror and says, "I'm not worthy to leave this sadness." Anybody ever feel like that? Not worthy to leave your sadness? When I first heard his courting song, I too looked at all I had done in my life. You can imagine she had done a few things she wasn't proud of, and said, "How can I gaze into his omnipresent eyes?" I spoke all those words with all my heart. But then he sang again, a song even sweeter. And when I tried to shame myself once more from his presence, God showed me his compassion and spoke a divine truth. "I made you, dear, and all I make is perfect. Please come close, for I desire you." If I can find it, there's one more I want to read, which is about how that God needs us as much as we need God. But I'm not sure I can find it because I'm not. Let's see. Laughing. Humility is another thing she talks about, being humble and surrendering. Let's see. I may not be able to put my hands on it right now. All right, sorry. This is a line that she uses again and again, so I'm just going to read a segment of this one. When your soul was born, it was like a still ocean that had yet no experience of its infinite life. God then came to the shores of our souls and gazed upon the immaculate splendor that his divine heart created. He then took off his clothes and dove into us. Isn't that wonderful? She uses that a lot. Nothing on their own have your arms ever done. The movements of your feet are caused by the waves he stirred, which is what we teach. God is within, it's indwelling as well as all around us. God is here, and God loves us. And so I think that her teachings are beautiful and amazing, that a 16th century Catholic nun would teach and have the chutzpah, if you will, to teach what she taught. So in closing here, my friends, perhaps divine doubt really isn't the absence of faith. Perhaps it is faith evolving. When doubt comes, we don't need to panic. We don't need to shame ourselves, as Teresa so beautifully taught us. We don't need to abandon the journey. Instead, we can pray honestly. We can sit in sacred silence and meditation. We can listen inwardly and stay spiritually available, like that beautiful song Laura and Anton sang at the beginning. I'm opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. So I'm going to invite you as we close to repeat an affirmation with me. You ready? I release the need to have every answer. I allow my questions to become doorways to wisdom. In silence, I discover the presence within me. Even in uncertainty, God is here. Even in questioning, love remains. I trust the divine unfolding of my soul. And so it is. Let's go into prayer. As I sat next to that statue of St. Teresa, pretending to be talking to her, I thought of the beautiful, beautiful conception she had of this power that birthed us all, this one life, this one presence, this one power. Has no beginning, no end, no circumference. It is infinite, eternal, no beginning, no end. I know that she came to know it, and I know it as perfect love. absolute intelligence, that peace that passeth all understanding, joy, freedom, harmony, so much more. I know that this power and presence, its will is for our happiness, for our unfoldment, for a close walk with it. Never, never is the will of God guilt, unworthiness, unhappiness. And yet, it's through those very experiences of challenge in our lives that we find a closer connection with our source, is it not? And so my prayer for all of us this week is that we, like Saint Teresa, embrace our doubt. Know that we don't have to know everything or be certain of everything. We can use our doubt as a doorway to a closer connection, a closer walk with the Infinite One who brought us here, who breathes us, who supplies and guides us always. That we can turn to prayer in an honest way. That we can be vulnerable when we need help towards God and towards our spiritual community and our family. That we can get still, get quiet, so that we can hear the answers that we are searching for, that we are having trouble landing on, because they are always within, always within. And so we can become modern mystics. We don't have to live in a convent or give up all worldly pleasures. We simply have to have an honest relationship with our soul and with our Maker. Well, I've got the platform here. I'm going to bless all those who are worshiping in a mosque, a temple, an ashram, a yoga mat out in the forest, knowing that all paths lead to one divine power, one divine presence. We bless them all. Giving thanks to be here with you today, giving thanks to have enough voice to get through this talk, and giving thanks to know this prayer, as all prayers, is answered before it left my lips. I release it now into that infinite law that has one answer always, and that is, yes, my beloveds, it is done. And we say together, and so it is. Amen.
We're going to sing some lines of Buddhist text, because I have some Buddhist friends here today. Ye Dharma, He tu Prabhava, He tum te sham tathagato hi avata te sham cha yo nirodha evam vadi mahashamana ye dharma he tu prabhava he tum te sham tathagato hi avata te sham cha yo nirodha evam vadi mahashamana. He tu prabhava, he tum te sham tathagato hi avata te sham cha yo nirodha evam vadi mahasramana ye dharma he tu prabhava, he tum te sham tathagato hi avata te sham cha yo nirodha evam vadi mahasramana. Ye dharma, he tu prabhava, he tum te sham tathagato hi avata te sham cha Yonaroda, Evam Vadima Shramana, Yehi Dharma, Hey to Prabhava, Hey to Te Sham Tathagato Hi Abada, Te Shamcha, Yonaroda, Evam Vadima Shramana, Evam Vadima Shramana. Evam Badi Mahashramana.
So, I'm back. It is now time to share our tithes and offerings. We're deeply grateful for your continued financial support. I ask our ushers to come forward and invite you all to repeat our giving affirmation. Sorry. All right. It's on the... Okay. Graciously, I give from a place of love, knowing that as I give, so do I richly receive. And so it is.
Ray some firiri, Ude Majanki Dada Mabanjang, Ray some firiri, Ray some firiri, Ray some firiri, Ude Majanki Dada Mabanjang, Ray some firiri, Aknali Banduk, Duinali Banduk, Mrigalai Takeko, Mrigalai Mile Takeko Hoina, Maya Lai Takeko. Eknali banduk, duinali banduk, mrigalai takeko, mrigalai maile takeko hoina, maya lai takeko. Mrigalai takeko, mrigalai maile takeko hoina, maya lai takeko. Ray some firiri, ray some firiri. Ureba donkey dana mabunjung, ray some firiri, ray some firiri, ray some firiri. Ureba donkey dana mabunjung, ray some firiri, ray some firiri, ray some firiri. This is a Sherpa song from Eastern Nepal.
It's cool. Very nice. Very nice. Well, I see I left out a chunk I was supposed to say about blessing the basket and all that stuff, but I know you guys are all familiar with all that, so I'm not going to worry about it. What can I say? Hey, I'm human. And this is my first time doing this, so hey. All right, so I'm going to do the announcements, right? Is that right now? Okay. Men's group is tomorrow at 11 a.m., so all you men have to go. Tai Chi, Poetry as Spiritual Practice, and Miracle Makers all meet this week at their regular times, which I'm sure all of you regular goers know the times. I think, isn't there a calendar people can look on? Yep. Okay, so look on the website if you get confused. I just want to thank DeLacy and Terry and all the fabulous people that helped with the tea party, the Mother's Day tea party yesterday. I hear it was beautiful, and I saw fabulous pictures. So that was cool. Thank you. And on that note, our next Gourmets for God is coming this Saturday. Let me see. Today is the last day to sign up for Kelly and Bruno's dinner dance garden party at their home in Ashland on Saturday, May 16th. It's going to be an Italian dinner, I hear. Space is limited to 25, so people be sure to sign up in Bosworth Hall. In Bosworth Hall at the Gourmets for God table, right there. Please join us for infinite possibilities at this all-you-can-dance event. Should be really a lot of fun. Just another reminder, Michael Sunday has retired from our food ministry. If you want this to continue, we need volunteers every week. So far, people have been consistent and generous, and I thank everyone who's chipped in. Good job, people. Let's work to keep it going. If you're able to bring food on a Sunday, please sign up. Sharon Maxey is not here, but I think there's a sign-up sheet on the table in Bosworth Hall. So sign up. Do it. We want to eat. You can check out all our scheduled events on the calendar page of our website, cslroguevalley.org. Sign up for our weekly e-newsletter here in Bosworth Hall, again, on our website, or email us at cslroguevalley@gmail.com. There's also a sign-up sheet for name tags in Bosworth Hall near the back door. There's one prayer box in the back of the sanctuary, up there, for CSL and Unity together. You'll find prayer request forms in the rack underneath our purple chairs or at the back of the sanctuary. So, I think that's it. Did I miss anything? Oh, yes.
Except for one very important
Anton and Laura are going to have, oh no, sorry.
Once a year, we do a kirtan, which is call and response, sacred, ecstatic chanting with Alyssa Narum. And that will be the last Sunday. Once a year here. That will be the last Sunday of this month. And don't just come for the kirtan, because we have Alyssa also for the church service.
She's amazing, amazing. If you haven't heard her, you really, really, really should come. She's fabulous.
So the three of us together, yes, it's our chance to really shine.
And they do.
So the kirtan is at noon, last Sunday of the month. Thank you.
So,
thank you.
for those who like dates, that would be May 31st, and it is on the church calendar on the website. So all you have to do is click on it and look at the information. And if you're, just one more note about the calendar. This calendar, this is really new and wonderful. On the church website, cslroguevalley.com, I think. .org. Okay. So if you go into the little hamburger menu and you pull down the calendar, if on any Sunday you're curious about what's going on at the service or who the musicians are, you can click on that little time slot on the Sunday service and see some details. So it's really,
Thanks,
it's
Laura.
really neat.
That's awesome. I didn't know.
Yep. So
Wonderful. Thank you.
there we go.
Thank you for your announcement. Okay, so I invite all the practitioners who are available for prayer to step forward here. Let's all circle up and we'll have our final song.
So for this song, we all get to stand up, go to the edge of the room, form a circle, because we can sing to each other. I actually wrote this song for us to sing to each other. I love you, I bless you, thank you for being in the world. I love you, I bless you, thank you for being in the world. I love you, I bless you, thank you for being in the world. Thank you for being in the world. I love you. I bless you. Thank you for being in the world. I love you. I bless you. Thank you for being in the world. I love you. I bless you. Thank you for being in the world. I love you. I bless you. Thank you for being in the world. I love you. I bless you. Thank you for being